You're welcome to today's session. Today we are going to be talking about typography or the typos. So, in as much as you'll be working with shapes, colors, and other effects, your typos is very important as a graphic designer because it is that is the main idea that you are going to be sending out. Whatever you are doing, it is the typos that really communicates. So the kind of typos you use actually matters in graphic design. So I'll be taking you to how to make basic typos using this app in the course of our study as graphic designers. So let's just go straight into it. When we talk of the typos, even the precepts, that is this particular bar, has some default typos. So when, for instance, this one has its own typo, this has its own typo, this has its own typo, this also has, right, a lot of typos are there that you can actually do them on your own. It's very simple, right, to do some on your own. So this typo is there, very simple. Let me give it change the font. Okay, so I have changed the font here. Stroke. This is very nice. Okay, some shadow. Okay, wow, I just love this. Save. Okay, so now let's start something. You see, this particular text is not selected. When I don't select it, there is nothing at the text area, so there's no option. But once you select it, all the other options appear, right? So the options appear only when a particular text is selected. If it is an object like a shape and you select it and this typo button is selected, still no option will appear. Now we are going to work on each of them. So first of all, let's start with the edit. Know that the edit is very simple. When you click on the edit, means you want to edit whatever has been written here. So let's say I write typos. Done. Now you see this particular double T here. When I click on it, it makes all capital. So you want to make everything you've written capital, just click on it. When I click on it again, it makes it small letters. Now you realize that it does not begin the word with a capital letter, so you should be careful. You can make mistakes. So when I click on it, everything is capital. When I click on it again, everything is small letters. So if you want to mix capital letters and small letters, it will not be useful, but it's very useful when you want to change everything you've written to capital letters or to small letters. Okay, so this is it, and I have been able to edit my work. So simple. And the delete, we all know, is used for deleting. Now the copy, this is the copy. For instance, I have worked on something and I need an exact replica of what I have worked. I just click on copy and it copies it. So for instance, when you are making labels and you are done with the labels and you want to make a presentation of the labels, you can just take a white background and copy the labels as much as you can and make a display of it. Very simple. And then we come to this button. let me first copy this. Copy. Okay, so I have 3 of this. Now let me give this one a color first. Okay, and this one a different color. Okay, now you realize that they all have different colors, right? Now when we come to this side, this is to front or to back. Now I realize that this particular green, light green, is in front of the white and the deep green. When I click, it's already in front of it. So maybe let me select the white one. When I click to front, right, to front, no, let me select the white instead. Okay. I'm selecting the white. When I click to front, you see the white is behind all of them. When I click to front, the white now comes in front of everything, right? Let me select the green, and now we have to back. So when I click to back, the green one, the light green one, goes behind the rest. So that is the usefulness of the two. And we have the position that you can navigate your way through, send it up, down, sideways, left and right. You can also increase the depth of each click. So when I increase the depth, you realize that when I click, it moves fast. When I decrease it and I click, it moves very, 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 very slow. That is it about it. Okay, now let's move to the next. So we have relative position. Relative position also allows you to move it to far left, far right. You can bring it far, like center, right? You can bring it center, down, up, right? That's also how the relative position works. Now we come to size. It also allows you to increase and decrease the size of the text, which is very simple. Then come to paddling. Now this also moves a particular text to left or right. So the paddling which usually comes when you have a certain color and you want to increase the color. This one, the background color is black, but if I had used a white background color, realize that, or a black background color, realize that it will be moving. Now let's come to the colors. The colors too, I know you already understand them. You want to choose a particular color, very simple. You can also choose gradient colors. So when you gradient, I've already taught how to use the gradient. Samples I have made already are shown here that I can use. Colors that I have designed before are here, or you can design your own color by clicking on the plus sign. Let me go back. This is the plus sign, this one. So when you click on it, then you can change the colors. So the red one is here. This is the red one. The red one is here. This is the bar for the red one. So you click on color, then you change it. Okay, so realize it becomes blue. This is yellow. You click on it, you change it to blue, then realize. Then you can use these 2 circles here, this one, this and this, to move how you want the various shapes to, or the various colors to appear on your work. When you are done, realize it comes, and that's very nice for you to work with. Now we come to texture. Let's say I have this particular text. Okay. Now this particular text, right? I want to give it a texture. When I click on texture, then I click here, it takes me to my gallery. So when it comes to my gallery, maybe I want an image to appear in the text. Mostly you find certain flyers that you see an image of people in certain text. So I have this particular picture here. just select the picture. Oh god, what is this? Okay, let me go and select the picture again. Wow, it couldn't be selected. Okay, maybe it doesn't support it. Okay, let me pick this one. Then the first one has come. Okay, so you realize that the picture that I picked has been placed in the text, so I can scale it whether I want it to be small in it or just one big one. Realize, so it's very simple. Let me increase it, the size of it, for you to see it. This one, let me hide this. Hide. Okay, hide. Okay, now go to texture again and show you, so I can scale it, make it a lot of the images in it or just one image in it. Right, that's very simple to do. So now I have this image in this text. That is how we do texture. Now opacity, how clear or how deep I want this to be. So when I decrease the opacity, realize that the color changes. Right, that is opacity. Right, okay, now let's come to the next. Rotation, we all know how to rotate. With the rotation too, you can use this particular line here, that white line. When you hold it, select and hold the white line, it can allow you to rotate your work. Very nice. Now let's move to the next. We have the mask. Now with the mask, before I work on it, let's say I have this. Let me copy this text, right? Let me copy it. Copy. Now it's 2. Let me give this second one a different or a color. Just a color, so we move on. So this green color. Because it has been given a texture already, I can't. So let me delete. Okay, after deleting the texture, now the color appears. So now I have placed the 2, one on top of the other. Now I come to mask. Then I want to do it in such a way that you find the color, and also find the texture all in the same text, right? So you can just maneuver it your own way, however you want it to appear. So okay, so you realize that this has been, so when I put it on it, it's the same text. Then I just come to the layers panel and I merge the 2. Okay, so now, oh no, that's, I think I merged the wrong typos, this and this, merge. Okay, so now I've merged it to become one word with a text, a color, and a texture, which is very simple to work with. Very simple. Now because I have done 2 merging, when you merge 2 type of words or letters, it becomes an object. So clicking on the typo area will not allow anything to appear. Only when you click on the object area that will appear. So let's pick another one, this one. And continue with it. Now we are done with masking. Now font. So the fonts too, you can choose. There are a lot of fonts that you choose. Let me pick this one. You see the way it is. So fonts are very important tools. There are a lot of fonts here. Let me go to my font. I also have some fonts I have downloaded. Right, this is it. In our next tutorial video, I'm going to be teaching you how to access fonts, pictures, and other stuff for your work. Right, there are a lot of fonts, so it all depends on the work you are doing. You get to choose the font. So every font has its own style, different fonts. You just choose the font, and you can also access recent fonts here. So you are working, you want to choose a font, just a particular font you've chosen already. When you go to recent, is there. Okay, now let me move to the next. So font style, do you want it to be bold, italics, or underlined? That is also very simple. And then we come to curving. So this particular font, I just want to curve it a little. Right, just maneuver your way through it. So you are designing something, you need to curve the words and put it in a circle or anything you are doing. That is it. Now let's come to background. So this particular text, enable, I want to give it a background. So different backgrounds are there. You can give it different backgrounds. Yes, depending on the kind of work you are doing. Usually, let me delete this. Usually you have a text, maybe something small, you want to background color so that it will show well in the work you are doing. Yes, give it that color depending on the work you are doing, right? And the color that will be chosen for it. It's very simple. That is it about the color. Now we have alignment. Let me choose a quote here. Okay, this okay. Now you see, this is how this particular text has been aligned, right? Okay, now when I go to alignment, we have right alignment, we have left, center, and right. So all you do is just type whatever you want. At the end, you come and do the alignment here. Very simple. Then we have spacing. This spacing talks about the letters, right? So you can space letters, you can also space words, right? Depending on the work you are doing. So you space letters and words. That is very simple. Now we have line spacing. So you can also space the in between, bring it close, or right. That is it. Now let's come to stroke. Stroking allows you to give some kind of outer color to your letters. So let me give this a black stroke, and then the stroke width can also be whether increased or decreased, right? So you can increase the stroke width or decrease it. Stroking allows you to project your typos, right? Let me delete everything and show you. Now just quotes. Boom. Okay. let's say I want this to be written in white, right? I want the color of the words to be white. I go to choose my colors. I make it white. Right now, with white, it's no scene. White, I still want the white. It's no scene. How can I make it scene? I just go and choose stroke, enable. You realize that now scene, so I can increase the width of the stroke so that it projects. So stroking is very important in graphic design. Right, you see, this is very nice. You can make the stroke together, and this is something, this alone is like an edited work that is very nice and very simple to do all this just with your mobile phone. Very simple. Now let's move to the next. So we have shadow, right? So reducing the stroke width, giving it a shadow, let's say, right, depending on the color you are working with. So this is shadow, so you can blur your shadow a little or make it deep. Shadow allows you to project your work. We have an outer glow, the offsets, the various offsets, right, and the Y offset, up and down, right? So all this depends on the kind of work you are doing. And then we have embossment. Now let me delete this and show you something. Let me pick a shape. This shape, give it a color. Okay, then I give it a stroke and give it a black stroke. Now let me emboss it to show you something. When I emboss it, it makes it look as if the shape is imprinted on the wall. So you can twist the color or the reflection of the light. You can also decrease the intensity or increase it anyhow you want it, right? There are a lot of effects that you can add to it. All depends on the work you are doing. So that is it about the stroke, the embossment. And we have 3D shape, so you can make your shape to be 3D. So I'm coming up like so. You can 3D your shape, then you give it a color. So a typo. It's a typo. I want to 3D it, so 3D test. So I make it 3D, whether I want it to be oblique or perspective. So let me increase the depth a little. Then I change the color of it. So I want to change the color, right? Any color that you give to it will appear based on the work you are doing. So typos are very, and then shadow, 3D shadow brings it a shadow down here. Very nice. You can blur the radius, opacity, increase it or reduce it, right? Expanding it. This is very simple that you can do. So that is basically about the typos, right? So I'm sure that now you've understood your typos very well and you can work with them. Okay, so my styles. Now you realize that, let me show you something. This text that I did, I like the way it is. Maybe next time when I'm doing something, I need something like this, I can just go here, you styles, then save. Okay, so when I save, next time I go, I'm looking for it, I just go to my styles. So I've saved a couple of them. My styles, I've saved some, then I choose them, anyone I want to choose, and I start working with it. So that is the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for watching.